We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready. Quick, yellow.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Back to throw. McCann. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Looking to throw. McCann. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable now for Allen. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Moss. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He got 29 yards that time.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap, to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And now off to the races, down the right side, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now we just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On second down, here's a run with Moss. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roll and picked up big yardage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down with Moss. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll look to throw here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Ready?
Off the play fake. McCann. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. This is intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers. Because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. They're going to look to throw. They'll run the screen with Moss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A give running right, Moss. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yardage on 1st and 2nd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They'll look to throw. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. He'll look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Moss is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Second and 11. He finds his man, complete. That's Moss. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Back to Walker on first down. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw on second down. McCann got a man. It's Brown. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back to throw. McCann. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his tight end fan. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 39 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Myers connects on the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intersect the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, McCann. This will be caught by Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCann. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again here with Moss. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll give this to Moss running right. And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Back to throw again. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
To throw on 2nd down, McCann. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Walker now at 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, McCann. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's got room at the 30, down to the 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On the handoff, it's Moss. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high schooler. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Azeez Ojulari make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he finds his target, Ebron. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Finding space at the 40. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Looking to throw. McCann. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on third down. McCann. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Here we go, set. Green jack. Ready?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. On the give, this is Moss. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. They'll toss this right side to Moss. Down to the 25. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Moss. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour. And something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Giants, they inch closer to respectability now at 3 and 6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for